Hello, I've decided to come on and do a live reading from my first novel, The Last Romeo. I'll wait for some people to join. Oh, here we go. Hi. So I'm going to do a reading from my first novel, The Last Romeo, in front of my beautiful Christmas tree, just because I don't feel like I've done anything to promote my books. And I suppose really, I suppose really you should, I should do that because I'm an author and getting books at Christmas is amazing. Thanks, John. So I'm going to do a reading in a moment. It's from kind of about 2/3 of the way into the book. And I don't know if you are aware of what The Last Romeo is about, but it's basically a very semi-autobiographical book about a guy who breaks up with his boyfriend and then goes on lots and lots of dates and writes about them anonymously. Where did I get the inspiration from? And so it's kind of, the lead character is called James, and there are kind of two personalities at play in The Last Romeo. He's himself, kind of insecure and a bit stupid and very lovable, obviously. And there is the other side, there is the Romeo side, which is more confident, a bit brash, perhaps a little less thoughtful when it comes to other people's feelings. So the part I'm going to read is, it's a blog entry. It's one of Romeo's blog entries. Throughout the book there is James telling his story, and then he pops in every now and again as Romeo. You can tell which those bits are because they're in a different typeface in the book. So I'm just going to get going because there's 6 people. That's within COVID guidelines, so that's fine. So I'm just going to start. This is a blog entry called Somebody Else's Romeo. And scene. It's a cliche, but you'll always find me in the kitchen at parties. Conversations can't be drowned out by music. You're not subjected to the horrendous dancing of lounge revellers, and more importantly, you're closer to the booze. Plus, you always find the most interesting men in there, even if they do, sometimes, belong to another. I'm at a party where silences are thick and heavy and friends are thin on the ground, so I escape to find somewhere to text and tweet in peace among the white goods, toast crumbs and gleaming carving knives. I pour as much gin as decency allows into the nearest clean glass before peeking around the kitchen like a street urchin, looking for tonic. I am not alone. There is another guy in there, and he has what I want, in more ways than one. He is tall, athletic and Hollywood handsome, and he's sloshing tonic into 2 glasses. Seeing that I want the tonic too, he smiles and waves the bottle at me, holding it out for my glass. Wow, I like your measures, he grins. I bet Christmas Day is a riot when you're in charge of the drinks cabinet. I'm instantly at ease with this delectable deity, and so I move a little closer, scooting along the worktop to stand next to him. Well, if everyone can still see straight by the Queen's speech, I obviously haven't been doing my job right, I giggle, and we clink glasses conspiratorially. He looks over his shoulder, but obviously doesn't find what he's looking for, so we talk more and fix another round of drinks with equally dangerous measures. Just as we're laughing too loudly over a stupid, unfunny joke, another, slightly older guy comes into the kitchen. He comes along and snakes his arm between us. He isn't moving in for a bear hug, however. He's come to retrieve his drink. I quickly recognise him as someone I've locked swords with before. That second G&T that my mysterious Romeo was making is for him. The newcomer doesn't stop to chat, just gives me a cursory glance, a flicker of recognition tinged with venom. I'll be through there, babe, he nods to my Romeo, snatching his drink and turning on his heels to glide into the next room. I am cheered to see one of my friends drunkenly bump into him on her way to the toilet and splash her drink on his arm. Oh, that's my other half, my new friend explains dolefully. It figures. Personality vacuums like that other guy always seem to be dating the hottest man for miles. There's no justice. What about you? He says. Who are you here with? Boyfriend? Girlfriend? I reply with a hollow laugh. No, I have no other half. I am my whole. His eyes crinkle in confusion. You're a whole? It really must have been a big gin. No, I'm two halves of the same whole, I say. You see? I'm floundering. Shit. No, I mean I'm single. There is no boyfriend. Not yet. No longer. Not ever. Not now. He grins. I see him consider me differently. He leans in. Ah, okay. Cool. That cool is loaded with intent and we both know it, but I figure I should play dumb just long enough to come out of this with some dignity, just in case I'm misreading the signals. Tell me about yourself, I say. What brought you to this rotten old kitchen in South London? He laughs, stroking his chin in mock contemplation. Are these palpitations I'm feeling? Or is it just the gin relieving me of my marbles? He touches my arm. No, it really is getting hot in here. We're finishing a fourth round of lethal gins when the boyfriend slithers back into view. I offer him a drink and his eyes narrow to slits as he accepts. My Romeo excuses himself to go to the loo. The boyfriend sips his gin suspiciously. It's too strong, but he's desperately trying not to show it. He asks my name, even though I'm certain he already knows it. It's an old technique, pretending to forget someone's name, but I reckon his glories in life are few, so I hand him this nano victory and tell him what it is. He repeats my name over and over, hissing in sibilant monotone. On asking where my boyfriend is, and being told I don't have one, he fixes me with a chilly, I see. It must be so hard to meet someone these days, he smiles sourly. Everyone our age is paired up, I suppose. Well, I say our age. How old are you? I laugh out loud at this pathetic bargain basement insult. The gin is well and truly kicking in. I tell him my age. Well, he gushes in faux sincerity, you don't look it at all, and I'm sure the right guy is out there for you somewhere. But not here, his eyes say. Not my guy. Subtle. Our young buck returns, and his ball and chain gives me one last withering look and turns to his prize. Should we go soon? My Romeo shrugs disappointed. If you want. I do. The boyfriend shakes his shoulders like he's shaking cobwebs off them, or dandruff. One more quick boogie. Coming? No, I'll get us a drink for the road. Fine. He waves at me dismissively as he walks away. Bye then, he says, giving my name one more swirl around his tongue like it's a particularly nasty tasting mouthwash, and then he is gone. My Romeo turns to me. Another? I nod, conscious our time is almost up. As he pours, he keeps glancing at me furtively, like he wants to say something but obviously doesn't feel he can. The sense of urgency is palpable, but I'm not quite drunk enough to drag it out of him, so I just gaze back and smile like a simpleton. It's been great to talk to you, he says. We should meet up or something. Interesting. And I am interested. My slight inebriation grants me a brief frankness. And will you be bringing your boyfriend along? Our hero flushes red and breathes quickly. No, I definitely won't. My eyes flick over to the other room. I can see his boyfriend in the distance, his back to me, talking to a girl who's laughing uproariously whatever it is he's saying. My drunken pal walks by and bumps into him yet again. What a woman. I come back to look at my Romeo, who has his phone in his hand, primed to take my digits. I look back again to his much worse half. I should do this to you, I think. I should take his number, give him mine, and meet him, just to spite you, you sour bastard. I should teach you a lesson for looking down your nose at me, for talking to your precious and yes, ridiculously handsome boyfriend in the kitchen. I should meet him, and meet him again, and meet him yet again, and finally I should take him from you and prove it isn't really hard to find someone at my age at all. Pairs can be halved before your very eyes. I should ruin you. I sigh, because I know I won't. I won't. If my Romeo really is going to go wandering, and something tells me that isn't too far off, I don't want it to be with me. I don't want to be one day creeping through to the kitchen at parties to check my beautiful boyfriend isn't talking to another gin-pouring chancer with designs on my man. I reel off my telephone number, switching out the last 5 for a 6 so that he won't get through to me should he try. And as he walks away, I dismiss the creeping dread that I may well be chucking away my last Romeo right here and now. He's perfect for me. I know it, and so does he. But he can't be the one, can he? That can't be the twist, that the last Romeo belongs to someone else. I guess I'll just put this one down to experience. But just a warning to the boyfriend. If we meet him again, I'm taking him. Watch out. Shots fired. Hey! Thank you very much for listening. Sorry if you joined halfway through and missed the first half. It was electric. I was much better in the first half. The Last Romeo is out now, as is my other book, Magnificent Sons, which I don't have to hand because I'm not really a professional, but just imagine it there in my other hand. They're available in bookshops, online, on e-reader, and they make a wonderful present, or at over 300 pages, a fantastic weapon for hitting somebody over the head. I can't really tell you what happens in the end, as someone's asking me, is there a Romeo, Justin? I don't know. I haven't read it. No idea. But thank you very much for watching. And I'll do another reading from the next book, The Magnificent Sons, next week, I think. Why not? Get that promo. Thank you.